London, stand up. Yeah, pull the boys out. You might need to take your shades off for this one. It's DNA all day. And it's sketchbooks out. I see you trying to look away. Don't fight the feeling. Everybody gather round.
And mark your calendars. Wednesdays at 12 noon, we're going live, and you won't want to miss a single play. Bar Level Sports Show, raising the bar on sports commentary. Be there or miss out on the game-changing excitement.
Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel.
Yaga yo, yaga yo, yaga yo. Welcome to Bar Level, my gang. You know what it is. Let me just get a couple bits on the screen, and then we can start this business that we're doing. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Got so much stuff to do today. So much stuff to do. Couple bits. I ain't even really planned like that. But we're going to go in anyway. You dig me? We're going to go in anyway. That ain't it. Don't worry. We'll come back to that. First and foremost, people, here we go. Quick rundown of the show, because you know how we're doing this. So we got to look back at the last set of fixtures. We're going to look at the results on that. Then we're going to do prediction for this weekend, even though it's a little small, a lot of postponed games. But we're going to do that. Okay, let's dig into these topics, which is going to be Deku's challenge. Was it a foul? Was it not a foul? We're going to talk about Chelsea. We're days away from going bust. We're going to talk about Kai Havertz. Shouldn't have been on the field still. We're going to talk about the Premier League race, what AI is going to say about all of that. Zinedine Zidane picked for the United job, or maybe Potter. Kane's hat-trick doesn't count in Germany. Arsenal women are joined by Chelsea women in the Continental Cup final. Different type of boots that they have now. Blew my mind when I saw that. I was like, rah, I didn't even know about that. I know about like maybe 2 boots. It's crazy. Football shithousery gone wrong. When you see this, you're going to laugh. The England women and white shorts, going to talk about that. Maradona's Hand of God explained, and then got a couple of videos to do some reaction to. You know, dig me. That's what we're dealing with today, my people. Okay. Without further ado, let's go straight into last week's results. Yeah, so we got Man United versus Everton. Man United versus Everton. I said it will be 2-0 to Man United. It was 2-0 to Man United. Sasam. Yeah, I got that on the notes. Bournemouth versus Sheffield United. I said 3-1 to Bournemouth. It was a 2-2 draw. Palace versus Luton. I said it was going to be 2-1 to Luton. It was a 1-1 draw. Wolves versus Fulham. I said 2-2 draw. It was 2-1 to Wolves. Where was I saying that? 2-1 to Wolves. Arsenal versus Brentford. I said 3-1 to Arsenal. It was 2-1 to Arsenal. On the Sunday, Villa versus Spurs. I said 3-2 to Villa. It was a 4-0 spanking by Spurs. Not Brighton. Villa did have a man sent off, but he was at Egypt for that. That's his business. Brighton versus Forest. I said 2-1 to Forest. It was 1-0 to Brighton. West Ham versus Burnley. I said 3-1 West Ham. It was a 2-2 draw, believe that or not. Liverpool versus City. I said the 2-2 draw. It was a 1-1 draw. And on Monday, Chelsea versus Newcastle. I said 3-2 to Chelsea. No, sorry, I said 3-1 to Newcastle. It was 3-2 to Chelsea. Get me? Some people just like being extra. So now we're gonna go into this weekend. Well, starting today, Wednesday, this week's predictions. Let's get it.
Think I'm a player, cause I got bitches everywhere.
Alright, gang. Bag of games, as I said, got postponed. Bag of games. So this is gonna be a light weekend. You know what I'm saying? Or a light week even. So starting today, Wednesday, Bournemouth hosting Luton. Where my pen at? Bournemouth versus Luton. Ooh, I'm gonna go Luton, but Bournemouth. This might even be a good game. I don't know if it's live. I might have to watch this game. I won't be doing a watch along. I ain't gonna do a watch along. I've got too much to do today, but I might be watching the game. Get me? Shout out Jamie. Man, these Gooner misses. You know, to dig me. I'm gonna say I'm going with Luton. I'll tell you that now. I'm going with Luton. Excuse me. 2-1 Luton. Come on, Luton, man. Come on, man. I want Luton to stay in the Prem. Come on, Luton. That's just the one game today. Then we jump to the weekend. Saturday, we have 3 games. We've got Burnley versus Brentford. I think Brentford's going to take that 3-1. Easy peasy. Luton again. We've got double barrel this week. Luton versus Forest. I think that's going to be a 2-2 draw. I'm leaning more to Forest on that one, although I would love for Luton to win, but I'm a stick with a draw. Fulham versus Spurs. Spurs they're doing their thing. I know they're high after that what's it called? After they beat Villa, I know they're high because everyone was running for them. Everyone was sending for them, saying it was done. You're gonna get wrapped up. You know what I'm saying? And just goes to show, you just never know. Fulham can play. This is at the Cottage. I think this might be a tighter game. It could end up being 3-1 either way with that third goal coming because people just lost their soul literally at the end of the game. But I'm going to go with 2... I want to go 2-1 Fulham. I want to, but I'm not going to. Get me? I'm going to go 2-1 Spurs. All right, Sunday to wrap up the weekend. It is West Ham versus Villa. So I'm just going to check to make sure that there's no other games on the Monday because always be missing out. Nope, that's a League 2. Nope. Everything's sweet. All right. It's all internationals and cups and shit. Lovely. West Ham versus Villa. Villa need to make up for getting spanked. West Ham, what did you do your last game? What did you do? Burnley, you drew with Burnley. So Villa's gonna win. It's at West Ham. Get me? It's at Stratford, but I'm gonna say there might be some goals in here. 3-2 of Villa. Straight up and down. That's my predictions right there, people. Let me know down below what your predictions are. If you match in mine, if you're not, you want to give your reasons, is what it is. Yeah? All right. Couple weeks we come back and we check that out. You know what I mean? Well, say a couple weeks. Next week Wednesday, we'll be doing it. You know what I'm saying? We keep it pushing. Even though there's no football, we keep it pushing, baby. There's going to be something going on. You know what I'm saying? WSL, there's cups, there's stuff going on. So yeah, we there. All right. We're going to go into these topics now, starting with the one and only challenge to kick in the chest. Let's talk about Doku challenge. Hold on a minute, because there's I got an article. You get me? I know I got an article on here. Well, I thought I had an article on here. Yes, sorry. It's got Klopp's name, not Deku's name. So let's get this on screen for you. Let's dig into this a little bit. You know what I mean? Actually, you know what? Yeah, all right. I'm gonna do this first, and then I'll get into the Arsenal game and everything because that wasn't part of my thing. But it's gonna be. You get me? It will be. All right. So let's do this. Let's do this first. So, am I good with you? Yeah. We good. We good. Jurgen Klopp confronts referee after 90th minute, season-defining VAR calls. Man City at saves Man City at Anfield. Okay, fuming Klopp confronts referee Michael Oliver after Liverpool denied a late penalty against Man City. The game was level at 1-1 in the 8th minute of extra time when Jeremy Doku collided. There you go. It's a good name. Collided with McAllister. Let me just finish read this and then I'll say my piece. Replays revealed that the City forward kicking McAllister in the chest as they both went for the ball in the box, but ref Oliver waved play on and the VAR team refused to intervene as the game ended all square. Klopp was left raging after the final whistle and confronted Oliver to probe him on the controversial there you go controversial call. Sorry, dyslexia. No, is what it is. Manchester United legend Gary Neville said at the time of the commentary, I think he's a lucky boy. Actually, before that, you said I thought he was in trouble. Then you go, Neville also said Doku's a very lucky boy. I thought he was in trouble. Yeah, you did. You know what I'm saying? I can't lie. I thought he was in trouble too. I can't front to you. I thought they're going to get you for that, bruv. And I was like, oh, of course, conspiracy, innit? They're trying to make Liverpool win the thing. The two sides played out a thrilling clash, but neither could find a winner. Meaning Arsenal now sit on top of the table. You know that. City City centre back John Stones opened the scoring in the first half, but a McAllister penalty levelled the game after the break. Klopp was still devastated after the final whistle, as he said it was 100% penalty. They find an explanation. It was 100% foul in all areas of the pitch and probably a yellow card. All the people with iPads around me were, wow, clear. Maybe they can hide behind the phrase, it's not clear and obvious. It is, of course, a penalty, but we didn't get it, and that's fine. Is it though? The most important thing for me is that we can play football like that. I saw so many sensational performances today. Pundits' views. Sky pundit Roy Keane didn't agree though. He told Sky Sports Klopp makes a good point, but they could get in the ball, but they could get in the ball, but his foot is so high. I don't think there's a force behind it. So I think the officials got it right. The ex-Liverpool defender Jamie Carragher said, I think he sees McAllister coming in and he's almost trying to pull his foot away. I think if that's being given on the pitch, it's not being overturned. It's not being overturned. But once it's not been given, it's not gone full through him. Klopp says anywhere else on the pitch, and that's a foul. I agree with that. But there is an unwritten rule in football where a penalty has to be a bit more. Yeah, I don't agree with that at all. When it's in the box, it has a little bit more. He's lucky, but I can see why it's not given. All right, people, here we go. I don't know if this is going to play. So give me a second. Let me take this off the screen because, they might have adverts and shit. And we can't have that. Let's see. You know what? They might block this anyway, so I ain't even going to show it. So what I'm going to do is, because I have a video here. I have something here for you guys. Not a video, but a photo. All right? Let me say this. I don't think it's a penalty. I agree with Roy Keane. Jamie Carragher's not in my good books right now, but he said the same thing, so it'd be stupid not to agree with him, wouldn't it? Wouldn't it? So with that said, I think people are describing what Deku did the wrong way. All this kicked him in the chest. He didn't kick him in the chest. He did not kick him in the chest. His foot was high, and then when he come down, it came down on the side of his foot. It wasn't studs. He kicked the ball or whatever. Say the ball. I'm gonna have a ball near me. Say the ball was here. Deku kicks it, like he kicks it up, and then the side of his foot, because he can see he's pulling back, the side of his foot is scraping down McAllister's body. Now, I personally think everyone is jumping to the conclusion that it's the same as this. It is not the same. See, on the left side, they've freeze frame it to make it look like he's heading into it. But if you look at McAllister, the challenge has already happened. He's turning his head away because he's thinking he doesn't want to get kicked in the face. On the other side, picture B, that is a full-blown kick in the chest. Straight, dangerous play. Could have damaged him. Broken ribs, lungs, heart there. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot going on in the chest cavity, my people. But these two things are not the same. And what's worse is the one on the right wasn't even a sending off. I can't remember if he got booked. He might have got, I don't remember, but it was a joke that he didn't see red or banned for life. Something insane like that. There's no way you can tell me. There's no way you can tell me that they were the same. They were put. Deku's one has been paused to look like it's, but you can see Deku's his leg here, he's pulling away. He's pulling back. That's why his knee is in his chest. Yeah. Deku's knee is in his own chest. He's pulling his leg back because McAllister is coming at him and he knows how this is going to look. He really needs to get his ballet toes on and point down. But then again, it might have looked like he had a toe pointing into the chest. But come on, look at Alonso getting literally studded in he's getting stepped in. The Dutch player, is it De Jong? He stepped into him. No question. Boom. You know what I mean? If you did that on the street, you go in cuffs. It's not a question. You get me? A lot of these man, you get me? A lot of these man, especially man, Ramos, Pepe, all their man there, they man hide behind football. They do some dark things. They do some dark things. Trust me on that, people. You get me? So for me, it's not a foul. It's not a foul. I don't know what else to tell you. It ain't a foul. Sorry, my phone is ringing. I'm gonna have to take a break in a second. But yeah, to me, it's not a foul. Let me know what you guys are saying down below in the comments, because this is crazy. This is crazy to me. You know what I mean? It's crazy to me. So let that be known. I'll be back in a minute and we're going to be talking about some other bits and bobs. Oh.
Think I'm a player, 'cause I got bitches everywhere.
Sorry about that, people. Sorry about that. Get me phone calls and all that kind of business. Right. So, what's next? Did the Doku thing. All right, I quickly want to jump on to the Arsenal game yesterday. Arsenal qualified for the quarterfinals of the Champions League. About goddamn time. So we got two parts to talk about in this. One is the game, and the second is the Lion manager, hating, butthurt. So let's get through this here real quick. Arsenal 1, Porto 0. Aggregate 1-all. Arsenal win 4-2 on penalties. The Gunners finally break the last 16 curse as they scrap through on penalties. Oh my God, you don't know how nerve-wracking that got. It was terrible, man. Terrible. But we got through it. We got through it. You know what I'm saying? Let's read this article now. They had waited 14 long wilderness years for a night like this, for a Champions League knockout victory. You dig me? It was just, it was written in the stars, baby. It was written in the stars for the return to the land of the giants and the super rich alongside Real Madrid, Barcelona, and Bayern Munich and the rest. And on a slow burning, high stakes night of suffocating tension, of suffocating tension as the big hand on the clock end headed towards 11 p.m. I know I was knackered. I didn't get to bed until bloody 2. I couldn't wind down. They wish they was finally granted. Their wish was finally granted when David Aheret saved spot kicks from the Porto duo Wendell and Glanio. Arteta's men were transported into dreamland. Remarkably, this was the first penalty shootout in the Champions League tie for 8 years, and Real was undoubted hero. The undoubted hero. This was not the Arsenal side, which has free-willed and converted its way through so many Premier League games. Very true. This wasn't. It was different. It's whole different. Get me? Trossard's first half strike cancelled out Porto's first leg lead, but the visitors showed nuance and muscle and a heart to take it the distance. Then Raya turned Wheeler's effort onto the post, and Glenel's strike was an athletic dive, and the deal was sealed. Before the kickoff, there was a pomp of circumstances, pyros and flags, anthems and anticipation. It was a night for ghost busting, a night to extra the long dog days of Arsene Wenger's latter years, when the Arsenal would reach the stage of the Champions League and regularly have their backside spanked, usually by Bayern Munich. Yeah. All right, calm down. They are arguably the grandest club in Europe, never have been crowned European champions. And while the Premier League's gripping 3-horse race must be priority for Arteta, this was a new frontier. The pre-match talk among the faithful had been that Porto's cheating and diving, although anyone who watched Kai Havertz against Brentford on Saturday would know that those are not solely Portuguese traits. Okay, still, I'm not saying that it is, but okay, I like the way that you brought that up. Cool. Still, Porto were happy to play the rugged, streetwise villains. Former Real Madrid hatchet man Pepe was here at age 40 now, but still with an air of Western movie anti-hero. After every challenge he made, he expected him to spit tobacco into the pan. Inside 2 minutes, Saka was floored by something which was not so much as a tackle or a ganglang hit. Yeah, the referee weighed play on. This was to be a bare knuckle night. No Queensbury rules. Yeah, stupid, innit? You get me? That was a great analogy right there. The referee made it a bare knuckle fight when it's meant to be Queensbury rules. It's embarrassing. After losing the first leg to Galeano's spectacular late strike, there had been talk of Arsenal's naivety in European level. This, an Arsenal side which included European champions Jorginho and Havertz and a former Real Madrid player Odegaard and a couple of England men who have experienced the sharp end of international tournaments. They are not straight out of the soft play area, this lot, and soon they took the fight to Porto. Saka tossed what? Sorry, man. Can't read today. I'm knackered. Sorry. Saka tossed his fullback, cut inside, and forced a scrambling stop from Diego Costa. Is that how you say it? Yeah, Diego Costa. Then Odegaard drilled into the side netting. Arteta's men were building up a hard stream, and the locals were raging, forming. This is what the Londoners like to call proper. Porto, though, can play as well as spoil. A sweeping move ended with Raya pushing out a fierce shot from Iverson. The visitors were relishing their defensive craft. Ben White cross. A Ben White cross shot was headed away from under the crossbar by Pepe, who winked as if he just caught a bullet off a thin star budget of a sheriff. 5 minutes before the half, though. 5 minutes before the half, though. Whoops. Porto's resistance snapped. Odegaard spotted a pass that wasn't even there. He took out 3 defenders with a single silk thread, allowing Trossard to angle his shot through Pepe's legs and past Costa. I knew he fucking nutmegged him. I knew it. Here was the square depth Arsenal weren't supposed to possess. Gabriel Martinelli, understudy, comes up, trumps. And it's crazy that you call him his understudy when he's older, but I guess understudy ain't got nothing to do with age. Because it can't have anything to do with experience. Wouldn't Trossard have more experience than Martinelli right now? Porto's medical team were working overtime. Their super low-mo magic sponge put to work while the home support screamed their tonsils out in frustration. The ref stopwatch wasn't working though. There was only a minute of added time at the end. Thank you for saying that. Thank you. The referee was a idiot. Only good thing about him is he looked like Trossard. The tackling was bruising, but Turpin wasn't given much. His name Turpin wasn't given much as lawless as his highwaymen namesake. I don't know what the fuck that meant. The Emirates was angry and anxious, especially when Porto kept targeting Kivior, Arsenal's square pegged left back. Square pegged left back? Does that mean they forced him there? Is that what you're trying to say? Although they had been. This is a lot of fucking waffle, bruv. Really. You know what I'm saying? Arteta was but for arousing the rebel. Almost instantly, Raya beat away another shot. Now every misplaced pass spelt potential humiliation. It was a late night poker game, only with sweat and bruising. There was a yellow card for Pepe, perhaps his 1,000th of his career. Ha ha ha. Should have been getting reds, mate. Arteta went death or glory, taking off his TikTok man Jorginho and sending on Gabriel Jesus, who soon had a shot deflected with wide by Costa. Saka had one beaten away. Odegaard screwed one wide, and then in extra time, Havertz tangled with Porto's boss Sergio on a touchline. Firecrackers went off in an away end, but there was precious little goalmouth action before the shootout. Arsenal fans' eyes are now on the quarter-final draw taking place on Friday. Yes, sir, and we will be here for that. It was decent. What's here? Let's quickly go through this. Shots on target. Arsenal 4, Porto 3. Shots. Arsenal 13, them 10. Block shots, 2 each. Possession, 58 to us, 52 to them. Passes, 572 for us, 419 for them. Completed passes, 470 for us, 295 for them. Tackles, 15 for us, 30 for them. That's bad. 15 tackles, but then we got the ball, so who are we tackling? Fouls conceded, 18 for us, 20 for them. Corners, 9 for us, 1 for them. Sorry, because I heard the commentator talk about something about 17 corners. Maybe he must mean over the 2 legs. Maybe, because that's 10 corners right there, so there must have been at least 7. Yeah, there must have been at least 7 in there. Yeah, so that's that. I ain't really got much to say. If you really want to know what I got to say, scan that over there. Actually, no, don't scan that over there because that's going to take you to the IG. I was going to say, that's the IG code up there. But you can go to the Gooner on the Sofa channel and check out my 10 Cannons Up recap and player ratings, baby. But we ain't done with the Arsenal. We're going to talk about the Porto manager chatting shit. We'll be back.
Think I'm a player, cause I got bitches everywhere.
Player, you can't play her, but if you play her, you're no player. Fuming Porto manager accuses Arteta of insulting his family after clashing on the pitch as he slams Arsenal win as unjust. This man is I heard day earlier today. Actually, no. Let me just read it and then we can come. Was accused of insulting Porto manager Sergio's family as Arsenal Champions League triumph turned ugly at full time. The Gunners had lost their last 16 ties on the spin since beating Porto in 2010, but ended that 14-year-old hoodoo with a penalty shootout victory to reach the quarterfinals. David Raya, I need to talk about that again. Right. Arsenal celebrated the shootout deliriously, and the dramatic victory sparked an on-field spat between Arteta and Sergio. The pair appeared to embrace each other, but Sergio began what? Don't know what that says. With Arteta wagging his finger at him before they separated. Arteta looked unimpressed with what was said. Trossard and Nico also had a flare-up before Arsenal defender Gabriel waded in. Arteta and Zinchenko pulled the Gunners players away to continue celebrating. Both Arteta and Sergio were both booked during the match for complaining to the officials, and there was tension between both technical areas throughout. In the post-match press conference, Arteta refused to comment on what had been said between the two coaches, but Sergio spoke out. Sergio said the result wasn't unjust. We deserve to go through. How? During the game and towards the bench, he, in Spanish, I don't know if this is what to do with Spanish managers, he insulted my family. And then at the end, I said, and then at this, what? And at the end, I said, attention. Who he insulted is not between us. He should focus on training his team because they have a lot of individual qualities to do that. What the fuck is he talking about? So the Sunsport understands that Arteta strongly denies any allegation with Arsenal also backing their boss by refuting Sergio's claims. The Sport have also approached Porto regarding whether they will complain to UEFA regarding Sergio's allegations. Sergio has history with accusing managers of insulting him when competing in Europe. in October 2020, in the Champions League group stage clash with Man City, Sergio suggested that Pep Guardiola was unpleasant and offensive towards Portugal. Sergio said, I've got a lot to learn from Pep Guardiola in the way he pressures referees, talks to opposition players and opposition dugouts. I have learnt this. We were angels compared to the other dugout. He spoke about our country using ugly words. Guardiola's attitude was extremely unpleasant. And in April 2021, after the Champions League quarterfinal against Chelsea, Sergio said that the Blues boss Thomas Tuchel was insulted by this man who is next door. I told the ref that the fourth ref heard the insults. My English is not perfect. I was focused on the game. I don't know why he reacted. I heard some insults, but it's gone. It's not pretty, and my irritation in the end had to do with it. I didn't speak to him. Blood, this manager's a pussy, blood. He's a pussy. He only crying because he lost. Let's be clear about that. He only crying because he lost. And I'm saying, I think someone said, what? It's like, and I can honestly say I used to do this when I was a youth because I can't, how can I explain this? I thought when I was younger, I used to think to myself, you're going to lose if you don't have a reason to fight. If you're just fighting just cause, like you just want someone's phone, so you're gonna fight them for their phone, I believe you will lose. You know what I'm saying? I believe in like good and bad, like that, them kind of energies there. Like if you was to, but then this is so hard to explain. But I think if Arteta said anything, he said something like "son of a bitch," right? Now, with that term, if you look at the term, clearly the term is to insult the person you're talking to. But words have meanings. Yeah? Words have meanings. So, son of a bitch is calling your mother a bitch. I had to rethink that whole thing so I could get offended by that term. Because I'm not going to fight you because you call me a son of a bitch. It doesn't mean anything until I realize you ain't insulting me. You are insulting my mother. You know what I'm saying? You're calling her that. And then the to top it off, you're saying, I am a son of one. It's rather you're, and because a bitch is a female dog, you assume he's talking about your mother, right? Could be talking about your father. Either way, you're talking about my parent, and it ain't a good look. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Now, I know as an adult that term, as far as I understand it, as far as I understand how people use that term, it's not, they're not dissing your mother. They're not dissing your parents. They're dissing you, right? But to me, the wording, if you're going to be honest, the wording is dissing your parents. You know what I'm saying? It's dissing both you and your parents, shall I say. It's dissing both of you, all three of you, shall I say. You're a son of a bitch. You get me? That means your mum is one or your father is one. And they made you, so you must be the same. Do you see? So you all bitches. Do you see? But in general, that term is meant to just insult the person you're talking to. You're not meant to make it deep. But I think, how can you not make it deep? It is what it is. So if Arteta said something like that, then the referee's definitely being a bitch. He's being a bitch. Straight. You get me? Because he would, trust me, I know people won't believe it, but best believe if they had beaten us, he wouldn't have said nothing. And look at the evidence. He's already got Tuchel on the list and Pep on the list. Shut up, bruv. Egypt. Egypt. That's what he is. He's at Egypt. Got nothing to say about that clown anymore. He's a fool, bruv. He is a fool. Right. That's done. That wasn't even part of the thing. Let me write that down because otherwise I'll forget that I did it. Right. Next up, we're going to be talking about Chelsea. Let me talk in Chelsea. They were a day away from going bust, blood. We gonna talk about that. You heard me? Yes, sir.
Think I'm a player, cause I got bitches everywhere.
Player, you can't play her. And if you play her, you're a heater. Ooh, excuse me. All right. Let's get through these because we got a lot. We got a lot to talk about. Right. Here we go. Chelsea were days away from going bust before Todd Bowley took over Reveal's banker who brokered the deal. Chelsea were days away from going bust. Let's read it properly. Chelsea were just days from going out of business before Todd Bowley and the Clark people them and the Claire Clark Capitals take over. You know what I mean? So Joe, the banker who oversaw the complex sale of the club to Bowley and Clearlake after Roman Abramovich was sanctioned by the UK government, claimed there would have been catastrophic coincidences. Is that the right word I'm saying? Catastrophic. Not coincidences, consequences. Had the deal gone wrong, had the deal not gone through when it did. An American banker who also worked for Sir Radcliffe Investment in Manchester United revealed Chelsea were on the brink of liquidation before the $4.5 billion deal finally approved in May 2022. He told the Times, if we hadn't got the deal done by the time we did, Chelsea would have probably gone into liquidation. There would have been a catastrophic consequences. What's that word? Don't know. We boiled the bidders into four separate parts. We put the four groups together and we crafted what we hope would be the best deal, which would maximize the value of the charitable foundation that was being set up for the victims of the war in Ukraine and maximize investment in the club. What? I didn't know they had to do that. That's a bit much. All four groups we felt would be good owners. Bowley and his K-Cup Capital partners were selected as the preferred bidders, but things have not all gone to plan at Stamford Bridge since their takeover. More than $1 billion has been poured into the playing squad over the nearly 2 years in charge, while managers Tuchel, Graham Potter have been sacked, with Frank Lampard returning as intern before Pochettino's appointment this season. Is that right? Is that right? Was it Frank before Poch? Bloody hell, man. That's hard times. The Blues have reached one final last month, Carabao Cup defeat to Liverpool under their ownership, and are stuck in the middle of the Premier League table. Oh, yeah, I need to eat, boy. But the banker is backing Bowley, who could even be replaced as Chelsea's Supremo as part of a bizarre deal to deliver greatness to Stamford Bridge. He added, clearly, since Todd took over, there have been some player judgment issues with regard to on pitch performances. But he is trying. He wants Chelsea to win. He's one of the owners of the LA Dodgers, and they won the World Series. They are a fantastic competitor. They're a fantastic competitor. He's now one of the owners of a successful LA Lakers, and I think he'll help restore greatness to Chelsea too. Well, really and truly, we knew it was that we knew that they were in pieces. We knew that they were in pieces, and we did know that. You get me? We didn't know that. Big up Omar, brother. I see you, King. Big up, 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 big up. And good, man. You know what I'm saying? Doing my thing. Doing some dizzle. Blessings though, blessings. Um, yeah, we already knew about Chelsea being on their ass. You know what I'm saying? It's not new for them. This is like their thing. You get me? I don't think it was ever going to officially happen. Even as the banker said there, they had like four man. They had like four groups ready to buy Chelsea. It was never going to go. You know what I'm saying? The only way it's willing to go is if those four groups were gonna take the piss with the payment. You know what I'm saying? They're talking about 4.2 billion. If they were all going, blood, give you 1 billion, blood. You talking about this thing is dead. Give you 1 bill. You're lucky I don't give you 100, 100 mil. You get me? If they wanted to be extra like that, which if I was a billionaire, trillionaire, I'd be acting funny. You men are in dire straits. You get me? I'm gonna come save you, but you better give me a sweet deal. You get me? A sweet deal. So ain't no shock that they were nearly on their ass. You know what I'm saying? I think personally, these football clubs might be like that almost every season, but don't no one say nothing because it's not really happening to a big club all the time. You get me? Look at Berry and them. But I do think it happens a lot. Same way the government don't tell us everything because otherwise people will panic. Things will get blown up, and you know how it go. It will just be more drama if you tell humans. If you don't tell the humans, then you can like try and control shit and keep it moving. I don't agree with that personally. You know what I'm saying? But I understand it. Like I always say, this is school, man. If you went to school when you were younger, this is school or this is your household. That's what life is. The classroom, the playground, your home. That is what life is. You've got loads of different characters in your family, loads of different characters in school, loads of different characters at work. It's just the same thing. Everyone just gets older and then the shit repeats. And you can see it when you look down at the youngers in your family. You can sit there and laugh when they're talking about that they're in love now. And you laugh because you know that's puppy love. That's nothing. The person that they say that they're in love with, they won't remember. They won't even remember. And then if they do remember, they're going to be laughing like, oh my God, do you remember that I was in da 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 da? That's like it. That's life. Trust me. I think, especially the way that these clubs be spending now, take a hot minute, everything get wiped out. You can't live up here all the time. You have to. That's why I like the FFP thing. Spend what you make. What's the problem in that? Spend what you make. What is the beef with that? You get me? And it should be for everyone. Spend what you make. It might not be fair because other people are bigger than you, but you can't. A smaller club can't spend more than what a big club can spend to catch up to the big club. No, it don't work that way. It don't work that way. It never has worked that way. So why would it start working that way? And I understand that you want to get everyone level, but it can never be. Hence why we have relegation and stuff, because it ain't about the money. It's about the merit. That's the problem. People are getting too inner money. When I started watching football, nobody spoke about owners. Maybe we spoke about price. You know what I'm saying? Why are you spending that much on da 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 da? We should have got so and so. Cool. Maybe. No one gave a damn who the owner was. No one said boo to the owner. If anything, the manager was the owner in fans' eyes. No one said nothing. No one said nothing unless it got sticky icky, and then you had to do your little thing, go for your little search, go down to the club and actually see, oh, the manager isn't the one that owns all this thing. Got to redirect, got to start protesting and thing. Old school, not this new way. You know what I'm saying? Not this new way. But that people, we coming back and we're gonna be talking about Havertz, man. We're gonna be talking Havertz. Shouldn't have been on the field. Is that what they're saying?
I got my girl, you got your man. Keep it cool, nothing has to change. Just take one
number and save it under a different name. Okay, people, here we go. We're talking Havertz now. Where is it? Sorry, I lost it. There we go. Furious Brentford stars confronted referee in heated tunnel bust-up after Kai Havertz avoided a red card in the Arsenal clash. Furious Brentford fans reportedly confronted the ref in a heated tunnel bust-up. Okay, I don't know why they put it there, then put it there. It's ridiculous. The former Chelsea star netted an 86th minute header to secure a 2-1 win for the Gunners at the Emirates on Saturday night. We're talking about the game before the Porto game. The results saw Arsenal move to the top of the table, where they remain on Sunday following Liverpool and Man City's 1-1 draw. But Brentford were far from happy after picking up the 16th defeat of the campaign as they battled the drop. Havertz had already been booked for using his elbow while jumping. He didn't use his elbow while jumping. He was using his arm for jumping. So embarrassing that they even write that. You get me? But the ref, Rob Jones, failed to show a second yellow when Havertz dived while being challenged by Nathan Collins. So he was being challenged. How can he dive if he was being challenged? If he didn't get challenged, then he dove, innit? Make up your mind. Brentford were left fuming at the decision, and even more so when Havertz popped up in the death to deny them a hard-fought point. However, the Mirror claims things turned ugly at the final whistle. Brentford players reportedly confronted Jones down the tunnel with many shouting and swearing. Collins was allegedly heard shouting disgrace and cheat. Who's that? Collins. While some B staff members were also involved in the anger directed at Jones, but there will be no action taken by the FA as Jones did not include the incident in his match report. Of course he didn't, because it's not Arsenal players. A witness claimed it was kicking off. It never got beyond a lot of shouting and accusations, but they were very unhappy. Brentford remained 15th after the loss, just 5 points above 18th place Luton. Come on, Luton, bring them down, motherfucker, who still have a game in hand. Yeah, but 5 points, it'll be down to 2 points then, won't it? They won just 7 games all season, with their last victory coming against Wolves over a month ago. However, 4 of their last 5 games have been against Liverpool, Man City, Chelsea, and Arsenal, and Brentford can give their survival hopes a huge shot in the arm. In the upcoming games against bottom 3 Luton, Burnley, and Sheffield United. Brentford declined to comment when approached by the Sun newspaper. All right, so they're going after Havertz now. And I'm going to be honest, I don't think it was a penalty, but I don't think it was a dive. There was contact. It's not a dive. You get me? A dive, you can tell. A dive is so different to what he did. You know when someone dies because they flick their body. They flick it. You get me? And I can honestly say, Jesus and both the Gabs at the back, Gabriel at the back, and Gabriel up front, Jesus, they do that sometimes. I'm saying they're divers. I'm saying when they get contact, they flick. You flick, they need to stop that because no one's hitting you in your lower back for your back to be arched out like that. You don't need to, and then the arms. This makes the referee not want to give it to you. I understand what they're doing, because if you don't do certain moves, the referee just waves it on. It doesn't matter that it's a foul. It has to be egregious. You have to damn near be murdered in the penalty area to be getting these kind of things these days. I don't know what's going on or why it's going on, but I personally don't think that Havertz dove. Get me? He didn't dive. He got contact. He went down. It just wasn't enough contact to get a penalty. That's all. You know what I'm saying? So why should he get a yellow card for that? You know what I'm saying? Why should he get a yellow card for that? Although Graham Souness did say he thinks that's the blue card issue right there, a blue card. But I even want to talk about that because I don't want to even talk that bollocks into existence because that is straight far. You understand me? But peoples, let me know down below what you're saying. Did Havertz dive? Should he have been sent off for a second yellow card? It doesn't matter now. You like to say what you want because he didn't and we scored and he's won. You get me? Because when it happens the other way, you no love for us. You tell us stop moaning, stop crying, get on with it. That's what you say. So I'm gonna say it to you, get on with it. Shut your mouth. Deal with it. It is what it is. You get me? All right, we're gonna be talking next, talking about the Premier League race. You get me? See what AI's got to say about things. You dig me?
Hottest takes, the latest scores, and the most electrifying moments in the world of sports. Don't miss out on the action. Tune in and turn up the intensity.
All right, so here we go. After the weekend's games, the Premier League title will be decided by goal difference according to the supercomputer, which I don't really care what the supercomputer says because it's changing every week. Such a supercomputer. Your thing is changing every week, bruv. You know what I mean? It's a joke thing. It doesn't matter if they even put Arsenal on top. It's silly. It's this. Whatever computer they're using, it don't know nothing. And how can you have a computer? So I got to say this before. How can you have a computer, telling you anything about humans? You know what I mean? You don't know. We're not computers like that. The brain is a powerful computer, but it's a brain. You know what I'm saying? It ain't a computer like that. We ain't. We're not like, it's raining, so that means the humans won't go outside. Like we don't work like that. We don't work like that. You can't pick these games. Hence why all these fam cams and everyone is lit right now because you can't predict. Anyone could be right. You know what I'm saying? Depending on if they're using their brain, they're using their heart, they're using facts. It doesn't matter. You can use cold facts and be like, nah, last time their man had 14 attacks, 10 corners, and da-da-da-da. So that means they're going to do. It doesn't mean nothing. It doesn't mean nothing. That's why cup games are cup games. The league game is the league game. Champions League, derbies, internationals. All of it is different. You get me? That's why someone like Sutton can come up and beat Newcastle, the richest club in the world. It doesn't matter. That's not how life goes. But with all that said, Arsenal are the new league leaders after the weekend's fixtures. So Mikel Arteta's side win again, while Liverpool and Manchester City drew. Yeah. The Gunners have now won 8 on the bounce and have no signs of showing down with just 10 matches left to be played. They have blown teams away in recent weeks too and become the first team in English football to win 3 consecutive away games by 5-goal margins. The first. Note it down. Because no one wants to give us credit. Note it down. That belongs to we. Excuse me. Arsenal are still tricky games. Arsenal still have tricky games to come away at City and rivals Tottenham, but the supercomputer has tipped them to win the league on goal difference. According to the better expert supercomputer Betsy, Arsenal will pick up 22 points from their remaining fixtures, winning 7 out of 10 matches they have left. That will give them 86 points, a total matched by Liverpool, who are tipped to lose 2 more games. The title will then be decided by goal difference, with the Gunners predicted to pick the Rebs by 7-goal margin. Meanwhile, City have been forecast to finish third, but just 2 points off their title rivals. That could change if Pep Guardiola's team beat Arsenal at the Etihad this month, with the supercomputer suggesting the North Londoners will only lose 1 more match this season. And there you have it right there. Holden, is there more? There we go. There is more. Arsenal also face a tricky trip to Spurs and host a high-flying Aston Villa. High-flying? Spurs have sat them down. While A penultimate day visit to Manchester United provides another potential banana skin. Last season, the Gunners also led the way after 28 games and even had a 5-point lead over City before imploding and eventually finishing 5 points behind the champions. There it is right there. So that's what it's saying there. So it's saying, Luton are out too. So it's saying Sheffield United are gone, we know that. Burnley gone, we know that. And it's saying Luton will be down by 8 points. They ain't going to make it. Nottingham Forest and Everton, I think it's going to be much closer than that, depending on what Luton can do with their next few games. There's only 10 games left. It's not that many to go, Pimp Juice. It's not that many to go. But people, what do you think? Do you take any heed to these supercomputer predictions? Because I don't really. You know what I'm saying? When I see them, I see them. You know what I mean? It's always nice to see your team at the top. But next week, it will switch. I ain't got time for that. You know what I'm saying? This is some random thing. I don't know what it takes into consideration. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. It just it's looking at the numbers. It's not looking at human footballers. It's not looking at this person might get injury. This person might come back from injury. It doesn't take in none of that. It's all numbers. That's why it's got nothing to do with football. This is a number thing. This is a fantasy football prediction, not football prediction, because you can't do that with humans. It's just hard. There's just no way that you're gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? But let me know what you're saying down in the comments, people. All right, next up, we're gonna be talking ZZ, aka Zinedine Zidane. Is he gonna go to Man United, or is Potter gonna take that?
Hottest takes, the latest scores, and the most electrifying moments in the world of sports. Don't miss out on the action. Tune in and turn up the intensity.
I know that you got a girlfriend. Oh, see, it's Dwight York talking that mess. I was going to say, I thought it might have been ZZ. So we got Dwight York has backed Zinedine Zidane to be Manchester United's new boss. But he says the squad would eat Graham Potter alive if he got the job. The 52-year-old Trinidad and Tobagan achieved legendary status at Manchester United after joining them from Aston Villa in 98. Quick little question right there. I wonder actually who actually holds him in higher light. It might be Man United because he won things there, but he was Aston Villa. He was Aston Villa. You know, when they always have that one player, they had Jack, they had a Bundahor, they had Lee Henry. They had certain men at certain times. You know what I'm saying? Certain men at certain times who were the guy. So I wonder, like, if it was time for statues, who's willing to have one outside? Don't know. You get me? The ex-striker played a huge role in their 99 treble-winning season under Sir Alex Ferguson and added another 2 league titles to his collection. York headed to Blackburn in 2002, then joined Birmingham City and Sydney FC in Australia, but returned to England to finish his playing days at Sunderland. Yeah, he went back to help Roy out, innit? York has since tied his hand at management after heading back down under in July 2022 to take charge of them man there, Macroft FC. He managed to lead them to the Australian Cup final, but left the club in January 2023 and recently revealed how he might have to buy a club in order to land himself a management job. Wow. However, this week he has been speaking with Ladbrokes regarding another manager, Erik ten Hag, at his old club. There has been a huge speculation over the Dutchman's future ever since Chief Sir Radcliffe purchased 27.7% of the club in a deal worth 1.03 billion. Shit, son, that's a lot of dough. And York believes that unless Ten Hag delivers the FA Cup where United face Liverpool next Sunday, you know that one on my sorry. That's not. Where is that? Or did that go? Is this old? Oh, okay. Anyway, and York believes that unless Ten Hag delivers an FA Cup where United face Liverpool next Sunday, then the job could be under serious threat. He said, if you were to weigh things up this season, you've got to say that if we don't win the FA Cup, then this has been a hugely disappointing season. Considering everything else that has happened, the current league position and the failings in Europe, you have to think that there would be some question marks around a manager in the summer. Discussing who could come in and replace him, York believes that the legendary French midfielder maestro that leads Real Madrid to three Champions League victories could be the best option. He said, you need he said you'd need to look at successful and proven managers first of all, people with strong characters, people who have a clear identity of a way to win in their play. You need big personalities because we know there are some big egos in that dressing room. That's always the case at a big club, so you have to have someone who can manage that while almost implementing a certain playing philosophy. York continued, maybe Zidane. I think he fits the bill most. None of these players know him, so when he comes in with this kind of profile, he commands that instant respect because everyone is basically on trial. For me, he's probably the best fit. He went on to rule out the return of Jose Mourinho as well as Alonso or Thomas Tuchel getting the job, and he was adamant that another ex-Chelsea boss should 100% not get it, despite his success working with incoming sporting director Dan Ashworth at Brighton previously. York added, who else is out there? They talk about Graham Potter, but the boys would eat him alive, I think, just based on what he did at Chelsea. Okay, I thought this was, like I said, I thought this was a ZZ talking article, but it's not. It's Dwight York talking. Dwight York is the one throwing ZZ's hat in the ring. I don't think ZZ's gonna go there. I've heard that he's been learning English, but I don't think he's gonna go over there anyway. I don't think he's gonna go over there anyway because ZZ's on some. I win things. You get me? You ain't gonna spoil my little record, blood. You get me? Zizi's got three. Don't he have three Champions Leagues back to back, and then he stepped down? No, I'm not coming over there, bro. You're gonna have to give him stupid money. You're gonna have to make. ZZ. ZZ's money is gonna have to make Pep question life. That's the kind of money you have to give ZZ to make Pep go. Wait, what? Say what? Nah, blood. Nah, your owner. Triple up, blood, because the team over there who I'm spanking, I done changed this city's colours. That man over there giving him XYZ. I need XYZ ABC. You heard me? This ain't Jersey. But my thoughts, I don't think ZZ's going. You know what I'm saying? If it was after Alex, maybe. Get me? Maybe. But I don't know about now. But, you know, it's a money game. You give people the right money, they'll roll up, man. You get me? Everton got Ancelotti for crying out loud. So why can't Man United get ZZ? Got the money. You know what I'm saying? Does he want the stress, though? And do you think, let me know down below, do you think it's more stressful to manage United than Real Madrid? I'm not sure. I don't think Real Madrid could be in a position where Man United is right now and shit be smooth. I don't think so. Get me? So maybe ZZ is probably the perfect person, but does he want to go over there? From where he was, does he want to go over there? You get me? He probably want to do City, if anything. Wait for Pep to bounce, go do City. You get me? Or Bayern Munich even. I don't think he'd do Man United, but we shall see. Let me know what you guys thinking down below. I don't think ZZ's going for it, but it's in Dwight York's dream. But I also don't think they need to shit on Potter because, like he said, he's got a connection with the guy that they're trying to get from Newcastle, innit? Even though he's already left Newcastle, he's on gardening duty or whatever. He can't sign for no one unless United give Newcastle 20 bags. So we shall see. If they want him, they'll get him, and it makes sense to get someone he's already made like moves with. That's exactly what City did. City went and got Pep's people from Barca while he was at Bayern. You get me? While he was at Bayern and while he was having his little sabbatical thing, they went and got his people. So then when it was time to say, yo, we want you. Look, we got all your peoples here. What are you going to say to that? Really, what are you going to say to that? You have to think. Imagine you go for a job. Well, you're not going for a job. You're being headhunted. You're being headhunted, right? So they come for you, and other companies are coming for you too. So they're like, yeah, we give you this much, we give you that, we give you a house, da, 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 da. Right? Now this club come, they're saying the same shit, but not only that, your five brethren's already here. What? The man them that I've already won with, the man them that I've been working with for years at the birth club, at my birth club. Say less. Say less. There's no way. There's no way. There is no way around that. You know what I'm saying? So unless they're gonna do something like that, they want to start go get Real Madrid, man, and then yo, Zizi, look who's over here. But already it's not that. You're getting man who relates to Potter more than they relate to Zizi. Just saying. Just saying. All right, next up, we're gonna be talking how Harry Kane's hat trick in Germany doesn't count as a hat trick. God damn.
Hottest takes, the latest scores, and the most electrifying moments in the world of sports. Don't miss out on the action. Tune in and turn up the intensity.
Okay, Harry Kane scores a hat trick in Bayern Munich in an 8-1 victory, but it does not count, people. It does not count. Why? Why can it not count? We're gonna talk about it. Harry Kane was in lethal fall for Bayern Munich on Saturday. The England marksman netted 3 times in an 8-1 demolition of Mainz in the Bundesliga. He also laid on an outstanding assist in another accomplishment performance for the Belgraves. The 3 strikes brought his total tally to 30 goals in the league alone. Yeah, he's killing it over there. Let's not front. In what has been a sensational start to life in Germany, Kane set his side on their way after 13 minutes before Man United target Leon added a second and 6 minutes later. Blah, 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 blah. Before the ex-Tottenham striker added a second in stoppage time at the end of the first half. Thomas Muller added a fourth 2 minutes into the second period. Musala scored the 5th goal and Serge Gnabry scored the 6th. Can't say that name. Completed the thrashing in the 93rd minute. Kane appeared delighted with his goal haul and now the 36 goals in 34 matches in all competitions. It was the 4th time in his campaign he has netted 3 goals in a game. However, despite scoring what he would call a hat-trick, the Germans don't see it that way. Here we go. A true hat-trick in Germany. One must score 3 goals in the same half and score them consecutively with no one else banging in between. With Kane scoring Bayern's first goal, 3rd and 7th, unfortunately, it doesn't count. The emphasis result sees that the Bayerns move in within 7 points of leaders Bayern Leverkusen. They refuse to give up on reclaiming the title, although Alonso's side maintain a strong lead at the top. All right, let's just go to where it is. Yeah, we might as well just click onto the. This is where it should have been here. Yeah. So the German people, they don't count. They don't count the hat trick. And you know what? This is weird because I think that is the true definition of a hat trick is scoring 3 goals in a row. And the perfect I don't know about this in the first half thing. That's a bit much. That's a bit much. It should be a game, but it should be in a row. A hat trick is meant to be 3 goals in a row. I'm sure we had that same rule. I think it just got changed. It's rather it got changed or they just got weak on it. They didn't care about it that much. But I'm not mad at the German people. It's just, damn, man, you being harsh. But it's just different rules in it. It's just different rules in different countries. That's what's a minor. But I do think that they might be correct. Sadly, the only thing I disagree with is it has to happen in the same half. That's insane. So you can only get a hat trick if you can score 3 consecutive goals in 45 minutes. Nah, man. Like, who's getting hat tricks then? That means hat tricks ain't getting happening. Really, it's not happening. You gotta have, yeah, that's not happening. Especially you score 3 goals in and your team scored 8 and you don't get a hat trick. Nah, blood, he must have been pissed not to get that ball. You get me? If they even do that. You get me? If you get a hat trick. Now, if you get a hat trick, you should get more. If you get a hat trick by the German ruling, you should get more than just the goddamn ball. I want a trophy, blood. Get me? Because obviously people don't do this. I want a trophy. You know what I mean? But all that said, what do you think? Do you think it's correct? Do you think it should be 3 goals in a row? That's where I'm sticking with it. I think it should be 3 goals in a row. No one should be scoring in between you for it to be a hat trick. I don't even know where the rule changed in England. Let me see if I can find that real quick. We do have other stuff to do, but let me see if I can just find that real quick. Real quick. Hat trick rules in England. What is a hat trick in the English football? A hat trick occurs in a concession of football when a player scores 3 goals, not necessarily consecutively in a single game, whereas scoring 2 goals in a match is called a brace. Hold on a minute here. I think they're comparing it in this article here. Let me see. Get that out of the way. Why do the Spanish fans make weird noises? What's that? Assuming coupling knowledge. Last hat trick scorer. Who was the last person to score a hat trick in consecutive games? Mick O'Sullivan. Why is it that the British usage apparently a hat trick refers to 3 goals scored by one player in one match, whereas the German uses Ich hat trick refers to 3 goals scored by one player in one half of a match with no one else, friend or foe, scoring between goals. Oh, seen. So even the opposition can't score. Huh. Interesting, hey? Interesting. So, yeah, even the opposition can't score. You have to score 3 goals. Wow. It makes it harder, I guess. Taking a hat trick glory. Maybe they didn't want the players keeping the balls. People, let me know down in the comments what you're saying about that. Do you agree? Do you not agree? Do you agree with part of it like me? I think it should be 3 consecutive goals. But I don't agree with it having to be in one half, and I don't agree with it including the opposition scoring, for crying out loud. What's that got to do with my team sheet? My team sheet says me 3 times in a row, no one in between. You get me? Okay. No teammate in between. That's the key word. Not no one, no teammate. But is what it is what it do. Let me know what you're saying down below. Next up, Arsenal women and Chelsea.
I got my girl, you got your man. Keep it cool, nothing has to change. Just take my
Number and save it under a different name. Sorry, just had to switch that up a little late. All right, Arsenal out to deny Emma Hayes a historic quadruple. I didn't even know that's what she was looking at. Because Emma Hayes, if you don't know, is the Chelsea women manager, and she is leaving to go to USA. As far as I know, it is the USA national team. That's where she's going. I don't think she's going to the MLS. I don't think that's what she's doing. So let's just see. Walk one here. The stage is set for a momentum showdown in the Continental Cup final as Arsenal and Chelsea women prepare to lock horns in a repeat of last season's thrilling encounter. The Gunners, current holders of the trophy, face a formidable Chelsea side determined to secure a historic quadruple in Emma Hayes' final season. The clash promises to be a spectacle of women's football, with both teams eager to etch their name on the trophy. In the semi-finals, the Gunners defeated Aston Villa 4-0, while Chelsea beat City 1-0. The Continental Cup, since its creation back in 2011, has been the property of three teams: Arsenal, Chelsea, Man City. Arsenal are the current holders and have won it 6 times. Man City have won it 4 times, and Chelsea have won it twice. Yeah, see, it belongs to Arsenal. The latest Arsenal injury news: the teams are the teams with runners up appearances are Birmingham 3 times, Lincoln. Why did it just say that? Okay, Lincoln, Notts County, and most recently Bristol City, who were hammered 6-0 by Chelsea in 2021. In recent years, the tournament has become a place where the WSL sides can use squad rotations to give game time to their players who don't get many minutes in the league. It certainly helps the teams who have depth in quality in their squad. Also, the last 2 seasons, the return of the Champions League group stage with games played on the same days as the continental group games means the teams that have qualified for the WCL group stage go straight into the quarterfinals of the League Cup. Okay, this is a huge advantage for the big teams as they only need to win 2 games to make it to the final. I don't know if that's good. Get me? But anyway, Arsenal should have a very strong end of the month, contrary to the Villa game where we had only 4 senior players on the bench and 4 youngsters. Emily Fox, Sabrina D'Angelo, and Chloe Lacasse will all be back from the Gold Cup. They were question marks about Vivian Miedemar following her surgery, and hopefully Amanda Ilestedt will be back. Leah Hurtig has a problem has a problem where no return date can be set. Oh, that's why we ain't seen that. And Laura might also be back from her ACL injury. Oh, that's what she's out with. No wonder Laura ain't been here. As she seems to be back in training. Last season, Arsenal were the underdogs in a triumph 3-1 at Crystal Palace. This season, Arsenal won the league game at the Emirates 4-1, so they know how to beat Chelsea. That's right. The 2 teams will meet at Stamford Bridge in the league in a week's time. That's this Friday for the title decider, and the game's winner will have a psychological advantage for the final. Chelsea are going for a quadruple in Emma Hayes' final season of the club, and it is up to Arsenal to prevent the Chelsea manager doing it again like 2006 and 7 when she was with us. When she was with us, I'm assuming they mean when Emma Hayes was a gooner. Let me just check that again. I had to take it. You know what I mean? They're all gooners, bruv. Know that. Yeah, see that 2006, she was Arsenal assistant. Get me? Then she went over to America in 2008. So between 2008 and 2006 and 2008, she was with Arsenal. That's where she got her first quadruple. See? They're all gooners, bruv. Telling you, especially in the women's game, they're all fucking gooners, bruv. Everyone done passed through. No matter who you can think of. Lauren James, Chloe Kelly, all of them. You get me? Leanne Sanderson. You get me? Not Sam Kerr. She ain't passed through. The one that retired. I can't remember her name, but there's bare of them. They're all gooners, bruv. They all come from we. Trust that. And I'm saying, but yes, there is going to be a final. Sadly, I'm going to miss it. Hold on a minute. I did set everything up because I did want to watch it. And I'm saying I did want to do a watch along. But they've got Daddy Game on the 31st. The game is on the 31st. And you know what that is? That's also the game where Arsenal men play City. As I said, I'm going to be watching both, but I can't do 2 watch-alongs. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to be the watch-along for the Arsenal Man City game, but I will be watching the final. No doubt. Because no doubt we lift in that. You understand me? No doubt. So yeah, that's the final on the 31st, but we're also playing Chelsea this weekend. Do I have that? I should have it, but I don't think I downloaded it. Isn't it a away game or is it a home game? If it's a home game, I've got it right there. Hold on a minute. Gotta check these things, man. What's the date? It's gonna be the 15th. Away to Chelsea. Yeah, it's an away game, so I think no, see, because it says League Cup, but let me see. Is it this one? Yeah, this is this Friday, so I will be doing a watch along for this game. You know what I'm saying? Definitely be doing a watch along for that game. So yeah, that is that, man. That is that. Let me know down below who you think is gonna take that continental. Who you taking that continental cup? Let me know who you think is gonna win this Friday. Also this Friday, and then who's gonna win on the 31st. Love to hear. Love to hear what you gonna say about that. All right. Next up, we're gonna be talking the different types of boots.
Think I'm a player, cause I got bitches everywhere.
Player, you can play her, and if you play her, you're a hater. Did you know that there was X amount of boots? Did you know that? I thought there were like 2 boots. Well, like 3. So you got studs, you got blades, and you got astroturf. 3. All right, 3 in my head. As you can see by the picture there, there's 5. There's 5. So let's talk about these 5. We gotta talk about these 5 real quick, man. Let's get into this. So look, what are SGs? The soft ground football boot. Okay, so some some of this guide will be a little on the nose. Soft ground football boots are fairly self-explanatory. Picture the scene. It is a bleak winter. It's pouring. The game is somehow still on. Soft ground football boots are the ideal partner for the soft, wet, and muddy grass, aka boots, right? This is what we just call boots. Football boots. Normal. Yeah, in the modern era, you're more likely to see traditional soft grounded metal studs mixed with firm ground plastic molars, which I call, see the plastic bits, they're like blades. I don't even know if they're gonna have blades on here. But yeah, the plastic mole formations, the Nike anti-clog tech is the perfect example of this style. This makes the boot more lightweight and offers better traction and gives the player better touch feel on the ball. Next up, we have what are FG? A firm ground football boot. What the hell is firm ground? You see what I'm saying? Yeah, you guessed it. Firm ground football boots are opposite of the soft ground ones. In this scenario, it's pre-season. The sun is beating down and the pitch has finally dried out from the months of winter hammering. This is the exact time that you should dig out the firm ground football boots. This style of stud formation has been around for many a years. Let me just quickly look at that scene. Okay, it's been around for many years, but the shape of the blades has been adapted as technology and research advance. Shapes vary across leading boot brands, and it is up to you to find which suits your game. FG, firm ground. Next up, we got AG, artificial ground, artificial grass football boots. If you're one of the lucky folks who have a pitch which guarantees that your game won't get called off, you definitely need to pick up some artificial ground boots. See, isn't artificial astroturf? Clearly not. Clearly not. Sometimes referred to as artificial grass boots. Anyway, they're designed specifically for modern 3G and 4G plastic pitches. Artificial turf is still firm underfoot, which means longer studs are ruled out and firm ground blade shapes can snag when you're turning when you're turning on it. AG boots have smaller, often circular plastic studs which can enter and release from the 3G and 4G with ease. No slipping, but no unwanted knee injuries either. Win. Playing on 4G regularly, you lucky devil, you've picked out the best football boots for 4Gs to help you choose a new pair. They don't look bad. I thought that these were boots that the studs weren't just put in yet. That's hilarious. All right, what are MG, multi-grounded football boots? See, now wouldn't these just be the best? You get me? It's like a hybrid thing. Now we're entering the niche world of football boots. So plates, another recent hybrid multi-ground MG football boots are a split between firm ground and artificial ground boots, which means they are potentially a value option for a very savvy shopper who wants to cover both bases in one. There you go. The multi-ground football boots have very short, rounded plastic studs, which can work excellently on both dry grass fields and 3 and 4G artificial grass fields. It is worth noting that all brands produce the MG option, and if they do, it is usually in a lower tech and lower price point arena. Next up, oh, we got two more. Next up, we got TF, the Astro Turf boot. See, to me, I don't think I've seen these before. The ones that I call Astro Turf boots. Or do I? Or are mine like this? They might be. But they don't look like that. Mine are Adidas. They don't look like that. I'm sure they're not like this at the bottom. The surface is beginning to die out a little. What AstroTurf? Maybe I don't know what AstroTurf is. To me, because AstroTurf is everywhere. It's not dying out. And what's fake grass? You know what I'm saying? I don't know, man. Luckily for the sake of our Gray's knees, stand-based AstroTurf 2G pitches require a certain type of boot, and they adapt named AstroTurf trainers. The soles are converted into grippy rubber bumps which can grab into the hard turf and help you turn without skidding. You often see them described as Astro football boots, or more likely Astro trainers or Astro shoes. They are adaptable, and in more urban football settings, they can be their primary choice for concrete or street play. Want the best news? They are hard wearing and usually cost less than the study boots. Yay! Okay, last but not least, we have the IC, the indoor court football trainer. Never seen these before in my life. Now we're into the final stages. It's time for those ballers who prefer the comfort of five-a-side or a five-a-side in the local sports hall. Fusu or Ferry Yellow football enthusiasts will likely need a pair of indoor court football trainers for those wooden floors. Side note, they're sometimes referred to as Salah shoes. Okay, these trainers have a flat pattern, non-marking sole, which can give maximum grip on hard gym floor surfaces, built for comfort and durability. All the leading brands offer their own version of IC shoes for the game, including Nike, Adidas, and Puma. If you're struggling to choose from all of the indoor models, we picked out the best indoor trainers on our blog. See? So we got the IC, which is the indoor court football boot. We got the F. We got the TF, which is the Astro Turf boot. We got the MG, which is the multi-ground football boot. We got the MG, which is multi-ground football. We got the AG, which is the artificial ground and artificial grass. And then we got the FG, which is the firm ground. And then we have the SG, which is the soft ground. Crazy, but I don't see the difference between the AG's artificial ground and AstroTurf. I'm not saying there's not a difference looking at the shoe. I'm saying the difference. How is AstroTurf not artificial ground? How did it make its way to get its own category when it's fake grass? AstroTurf is fake grass, no? Other than that, I don't think I've played on fake grass then. What's fake grass? Either way, I can tell you now, I come from this area here. We call this here football boots, not soft football boots. And what happened to the ones with blades? Just blades. See up here on the right hand side, ain't that just blades? You get me? That used to be the new thing to boots. Well, it was for my people. You got these, or you got blades, because the ground was too hard for these. You can hear click, 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 and it's so fucking uncomfortable. You can feel every stud. I used to hate that. But we played the same way. You know what I'm saying? So it was these, or if you're going to call these ones with blades, but because they call these ones soft. You know what I'm saying? So these might have been the ones. I'm calling these because they got blade. I'm calling these blades, but they might not be literally called that anymore. You know what I'm saying? Everything else, it's artificial, it's the multi-grounds, AstroTurf. Definitely, this is just trainers for me. Not telling me I gotta go buy one of these. I'm going to get my trainers and we're gonna kick ball indoor. Cool. It's quite funny though. Quite funny. Did you know all your boots? I bet you didn't. I'm gonna front. Of course you did. Nah, man. Told you. I only know about the first two. The rest of them, I lied them. I tell. Well, I knew about AstroTurf boots, but I don't know. Maybe three. Maybe 3 out of 5 I knew. And indoor things, please, man. It's just trainers. Yeah, it's just trainers. All right. So we done the boot thing. Shithousery. You know what? I'm gonna leave that. We're gonna get into, because time is ticking on me. We're gonna go into some video reactions. That's what we're gonna get into. Oh yeah. Shall be back.
The Bar Level Sports Show, your midweek sports fix. Join us live every Wednesday at 12 noon with your hosts Karma and MC50. Fast-paced, dynamic, and always on point. The Bar Level Sports Show, where the action never stops.
30 seconds, around about the same time it would have taken to allow the Diaz goal at Tottenham on the weekend. But you can download the app, Apple Store. The rules changed after. Therefore, at the time, it was a handball.
Because it was an incorrect
rule. You can go back 4 years. I'm trying to.
Incorrect rule.
What Abby's failing to recognise is this is for the greater good of the game. It's not just anti-Liverpool.
If this was the other way round, and let's say
I'd be saying the same thing.
We were down to 9 men. Would you be saying, yeah, let's replay the game? Of course you wouldn't.
But I've just said it's not going to get replayed.
Every team benefits.
But when it happens to you, it's all right, is what she's saying.
No,
basically.
but it's not. But it happens to you, and sometimes you don't talk about it. Let me give you some historics, shall I?
Back in history, it's like Arsenal fan.
All right. Wow. Jota on skip last season.
It's just very biased.
Not red.
It's very biased, Robbie.
Jota.
What we'll do is we'll rip them up. Because the Sun one, you got the goal.
All right,
so
there's another. I've got a compilation. Or would you like me to read?
Basuma bringing his kid on the pitch.
Ooh, in frame paper and everything.
As if they have won a trophy, which they haven't. It's just mad.
Honestly, cry at home.
That's what they wanted to take. That's what they needed after 7 years to get a result.
I'm going to move it on.
If that's what it is, then hold it. Cry at the Emirates, where you were working yesterday as a Tottenham fan. So.
I like that he said that. Cry at the Emirates, where you was working as a Tottenham fan. Yeah, I love that. Because when I went for her, when she was at the Liverpool ground posing with their badge, I'm like, when you're a Tottenham, that posing with the badge isn't part of your job. I don't give a damn what no one say. But she was getting him rattled, I can't lie. But that was a good little dig he got back there.
Talk about integrity.
Cry at home.
She was working for Arsenal yesterday, so
cry at home.
Cry at the Emirates,
cry at home.
where you normally cry.
Cry at the Emirates where you normally cry. That is funny. Look at her. She is adorable. Bless her little cotton socks. You know me? I can't be mad at her. But I can't get rattled by no Tottenham supporter. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing to get rattled by them. It is. It's embarrassing to get rattled by them.
Should we move on?
Should we move on? Yes. Let's move on. And I have another video. We're going to go straight into, you know what I mean? Flex versus Abby gets feisty.
You think the top four's gone?
Necessary.
It is for United.
I tell you what, that's a.
You think the top four's gone?
Necessary.
It is for United.
I tell you what, that's a big old statement considering you sashayed in here last week with your big dick energy. Yeah, we're bringing it back. We're bringing it back for another week.
Well, it's about being realistic, not like what you are, which is still hoping. Which is just hoping for other people to do a job for you that your team can never do.
We had a weekend off. We had a weekend off.
Exactly, you haven't even played.
We haven't even played.
You had a weekend off, you know.
Yeah, I've had a nice weekend.
You played and got 3 points.
I did.
Got a trophy, mate.
I got a trophy.
Come on, Arsenal.
Well, you didn't want to mention Arsenal?
Oh, but you can't.
Right, and
can't support other teams.
Arsenal.
Can't support other teams, can you? Can't have a vendetta, can you? Look at you. Look at the state of you.
See that?
You're pathetic.
Look at the state of you. Pathetic. Look at her. When anyone uses the word pathetic, they are hurt. They are hurt and they're trying to hurt you. Look at her little face. Bless her little cottons.
Bare
flags like Newcastle as well. It was like, you want to do that to us at St James Park? We got bare flags.
You came in here and said you're going to get top 4. You said that, and now you're saying you're not because of one loss.
Yes.
Back your team.
You
Back your team.
Do you know what?
You
Can't flip-flop, says the woman who works at the Emirates, who works at Liverpool as a Tottenham player. So I'm not saying that you can't go there and do a job. You can go there and do things, you know what I'm saying? But she's taking photos with the signs. I didn't see her take a photo with the Arsenal sign. Funny that ain't part of the work. Interesting. All right, next video we got. Next video we got is Abby mocking Havertz before the Brentford game.
We need getting out of Tony.
Shut up. They're doing it again. Kai Havertz was all awful. Why do we spend 60? Now we should be player of the season. They've all changed the tune.
You seem rattled, though.
This is what they do.
Listen, I remember I came in.
They are rattled.
I remember I had a King Kai t-shirt on. I got ridiculed by Abby.
You still will.
I didn't.
I don't think you did, but you, Matisse, all of them are on my
No
case.
grown man should be walking around with a King Kai t-shirt, Rob.
The guy's playing brilliantly, man.
Come on.
No grown.
No grown man should be wearing a King Kai shirt. Why? He's scoring. He's doing his thing. This is what I'm saying. Saying things is stupid. That's like saying no grown woman should be supporting Tottenham. It's embarrassing. Like, no one under 60 should be supporting Tottenham. Why? Why did you start supporting them? Why? I know why Expression supports them. He supports them because of his mum. What's the rest of you lot's problem?
Thank you.
I've got one for you too. But anyway, Arsenal taking on Brentford at home.
Which King Kai won that game for us. Let that be known. What's next? What have I got next for you guys? Matisse reacts to Havertz's winning goal against Brentford. Here we go.
Wait, did you see the viral thing with Matisse because he tried to lock off the stream because Kai Havertz scored, but he was still there?
Fuck off. Suck this fucking bastard team.
Why are you even watching the game? Why are they watching? Look at his face. Why are they watching the game? See, I don't do hate alongs. I do watch alongs on bar level because it's an important game. You know what I'm saying? I'm not watching to hate. That is weird to me. That is shameless. I don't even like using the word shameless now because X and Flex and KG done made it cool to be shameless. No. You think I'm ever watching a Tottenham game for what? Like a watch along, getting ready, getting prepared to talk about. No. I'll watch if it's on. I have it on in the background because it's important. It's a top 4 thing and all that. Like, ain't nothing else going on. If I had a better movie to watch, best believe I'm watching that movie. I just reminded myself of Beekeeper now. I'd rather watch the Beekeeper than watch a Tottenham game. Straight up right now, bruv. Are you mad?
He got so pissed Kai Havertz.
I thought I was going to say something.
He turned the thing off around.
You know what annoyed me? I was watching the Formula One. That race finished, and I was like, I'm not gonna watch the second half of the Arsenal game. It's fine. Like, they're gonna beat Brentford. Then they equalised because Ramsdale has a brain fart, and I'm like, what? I'll have a bit of this. Let me stick around. And they dragged me through the whole second half just to do that at the end. And him,
Kai Havertz scored again.
Of course, him. It had to be him. I said, all right, cool. Long.
He's doing all right, isn't he?
Long day.
Yeah.
Maybe long.
So's Jorginho as well. Yeah, it's great. Great.
It's nice to see that they're rattled like that, isn't it? Bless their little cotton socks. Bless their little cotton socks. Yes, they are. Bless their little cotton socks. Was that the last video that I had? Was that the last video that I had? Yes. I'm going to save that one because my gum is hurting me. I've got something right there that I need to go and sort out. So I'm out of there, people. Love and blessings, man. Get me? Good show. I got through as much as I could, but my gum is starting to hurt now. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so I did those. All right, people. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. You know what it is. You know what it is. Need that love, need that support, people. All right, man. I'll see you next week. and we gonna talk about what we gonna talk about. I'm out of there. Stay good, stay blessed. One.
Think I'm a player, cause I got bitches everywhere.